My name is Megan Lee Saucier.
My name is Mural Kent.
My name is Kelvin, and I go to Eden Park in Cranston.
My name is Ida Faye, and we're at Central High.
My name is Arlenis Campos.
My name is Nate Brennick, and I go to Eden Park Elementary.
Scarlett Faith Santiago, and I go to Sophia Academy.
My name is Abigail, and I go to Eden Park School.
My name is Jolia Rezendes.
Hi, I'm Alani Stovall.
My name is Jasleen, and I go to Sophia Academy.
My name is Carly, and I go to school at Eden Park Elementary.
My name is Samuel Sicantino.
My name is Camille Amparo, and I go to school Sophia Academy.
So my name is Olivia Harris.
My name is Sean, and I go to school at Eden Park.
My name is Zion, and I go to Sophia Academy.
My name is Amaya Mason.
I am Ryder, and I go to Eden Park Elementary School. My name is Leona Carrere.
So I'm Eli Shallon. I work at Central High School in the NUA Knights office, and we do after-school programming for the students at Central. So the Stormwater Innovation Center was doing this project this year where, in order to bring awareness to stormwater runoff and the pollution that's caused in Providence and in Rhode Island, they came to us with the idea of doing a project where we could teach students about this and create murals that would also teach the community about this. We worked with them to come up with a program which we were able to turn into our April break program. We were educated about stormwater runoff and how storm drains work, and we were also able to teach the students some art skills and combine these things to ultimately create some murals.
My name is Brett Day Wyndham. I had the pleasure of working with the 5th grade class. They made a series of drawings of animals and plants and everything in the environment that they felt would be affected by the stormwater. I took each element of their drawings and organized them into 3 murals that felt cohesive and made sense with my aesthetic and theirs.
Well, at first it was just a normal science project, so I said, okay, but then when they involved art and I saw what you guys were trying to do, it just became like more fun in science. Because science is not quote unquote entertaining or fun, it's just you learning. But when you added the art piece into it, it just made it entertaining and fun.
This was way different than what I usually did because generally they just project it onto the board and then we read a book about it or whatever. It gets you more involved in things like getting a mural painted in front of your house, and it makes it a little bit more fun for the people experiencing it, so they end up learning a little bit more than if you just read a book to them and then ask them to do a test about it. I actually really love this project, and I hope that next 5th grade class also gets to do it.
I think it was really great because we were able to do it sort of hands-on, and we went to the park, to Roger Williams Park, and got to talk to the Audubon experts and actually see, the infrastructures and really see visually how the stormwater runs off and into these drains and where it goes. It was really helpful for the students just to kind of conceptualize what it really means.
It starts to rain, and the rain, the rain collects in a part where it goes down the street, and so there's storm drains to collect all that rain and go into the oceans and such. And so the trash is on the ground, so the trash gets carried by the rain and then into the storm drain, and that then hurts the fish.
I think the fish would feel pretty sad or nervous because the water could have gas, and I don't think that's good for the fishes, and the fishes could die, and that's kind of bad. The fish would feel the same way that you feel because you lost something that was really precious to you. Yeah, because I feel like if without water we wouldn't be living. I know fishes can't breathe without the water. I know also animals drink water. They don't drink juice like us. I think this project was a really cool project because I like to draw, and I feel like when you draw, you can focus better and you can clear your mind, and it's also really good to clear your mind if you have a lot of stuff going on. I never did that before, so it was kind of new, but I think I did pretty good.
The rain goes down the storm drain and it carries all the dirt and the bugs and all the pesticide that's put in the lawns. So the water goes, it could run down your street or it could run down your lawn, and it collects all the bacteria and all the dirty stuff, and it goes right down the storm drain. And then the storm drain goes right into the ocean. All the water that was in the storm drain goes right into the ocean.
Because of the Mural project, I guess I learned a lot more, like the impact and how it does have on the earth and the wildlife. So
I've actually witnessed it with my own eyes. Sometimes people just throw trash in the floor, or like a bottle of water, or just a piece of trash on the floor, and when it rains, the water from the rain brings it and goes down through the storm drain, and all that trash is going to ponds and rivers, and those animals that live in those ponds and rivers, their habitat is getting endangered pretty much, and they're gonna have to move because their water is getting polluted.
It can impact the fish because it can dirty the water, it can cause it hard for other things to live, it can cause it to have a rough time finding a place to call home.
I learned lots about animals and how they are endangered because of the trash that we drop on the floor and the pollution.
So something that I really enjoyed about this project is that it's like one of my favorite subjects, which is art, and I really had fun with Miss Katie and all of the other classmates because we've done great drawings, and it was very fun, like just being creative in that science class project. It was pretty fun to see that all of our drawings really came up in the mural, like this right here. It's pretty great to see that all of our things really came together. And it's great to know that all the stuff that we learned about water and the Narragansett and rain, like impervious, how it sinks in and it doesn't sink in, like dirt and skin and stuff. That's pretty cool to like know and like to have that in mind, and that I can share it with the other community outside of Sophia. Well, I decided to do an otter because it's really cute, and some otters can live in the water, and I just wanted to show like all the animals that could get hurt by the things going into the storm drain.
So for my drawing, I drew a flower and a lily pad, and I chose that because I think that plants are the things that we need to save because they're getting all dirty and they're all dying because of the nasty water.
I did a green frog. There's not a specific species. I just did a green frog. I chose that animal because that's one of the animals that lives in rivers and ponds, and that's one of the animals that will have to move habitats because people don't know how to pick up trash.
My painting was a fish with coral or built-up trash on the little corners or sides. So this is a fish, and these little side things are like little like coral bubbles, or they can also be built-up trash, depending on how you think of it.
I did a fish in clean water because that's how it should be in the ocean. I showed some of my friends what I drew, and a lot of them said the fish looked really good.
So right now we're trying to paint a mural outside our school about a Pac-Man. It's a Pac-Man design, which is around the little storm drain. And the storm drain is the Pac-Man, which is trying to eat up the water, which is the only thing it should be eating because it's only raining down the drain. And there are like other monsters there, like trash, like the trash bag we're making, and like trash cans. And it doesn't want to eat it. Like in the actual Pac-Man game, Pac-Man tries to avoid the ghosts, but here the ghosts are different now. They're trash now. So that's what we're making right now.
But I really like the Pac-Man idea, especially since it's going to be right here at school, so I can be like, yeah, I was a part of that. So I like the Pac-Man idea because Pac-Man eats up everything, so that he can kind of like represent the animals that consume, that are in the lake and stuff like that.
The hardest part for me is just that I am not like the best artist. I've mainly been in the background working on things and letting them, we have a couple people who are pretty talented, so they take that in. So that would be the hardest for me. I'm in the background painting black and stuff like that, so yeah.
Hi, I'm Karen Casperson, one of the 5th grade teachers at Eden Park. My favorite part was really seeing the excitement of the students and really seeing, giving them the opportunity to take the curriculum and make it into a real life experience. And then to see it out in the community has really been, their excitement has been contagious and great.
Hi, I'm Ellen Laprasina. I'm the art educator here at Eden Park Elementary. I think my favorite part was the same thing, the excitement that the kids had, and to see art as advocacy for something that they just recently became more aware of, and to be able to share what they've learned through their artwork, and to be empowered through art to share with the community what they feel is important to them.
So I just kind of put it out to both of our 5th grade classes saying, is there someone that has a storm drain? So they actually had to identify, had some students, they came back, they thought it was a storm drain but didn't have one. So they actually, we looked at the students and said, you know, you're in the community, you're in the neighborhood. We walked around the school to find one on the school property, which is where we are now, but then also to find students that had them. So then reached out to the parents, and then the parents gave permission.
Nate came home from school. I picked him up at school one day. We pull in the driveway. He comes over here, starts looking. He's like, "Oh, we do have a storm drain in our front yard." And I'm like, "What do you?" "Oh, yeah." And then he explained to me. I didn't even know about it. He explained it to me that they were doing this project, and they were trying to identify some places in the neighborhood where would be a good spot for the murals. So we said yes. They sent home a letter, and that was that. This storm drain leads directly into Blackamore Pond, so you know it's a really great location to raise awareness. At first, the neighbors were kind of walking by a little skeptical, like, what's going on here? You know, we've kind of been some ambassadors out here spreading cheer about it and explaining it, but it's been amazing, and it's been great for my daughter to see, who's kind of a budding artist, to see someone working as an artist, so it's been great on all levels for us.
When we first learned about pollution and the pollution of stormwater drains, it was like weird to me. I was walking down my street and I was like noticing every storm drain and thing, and I noticed a lot of times there's like glass and everything like that. So I guess my neighbors, if I see my neighbors littering or dropping something, I can like tell them not to do it, help out a little bit, because I have a disabled neighbor on the other side, so we help her with her trash and everything like that. I'll try to make sure, because I didn't realize it till now. We had a pool, and we would like drain the pool and all the chlorine and stuff like that. Now realizing all that stuff is going into the stormwater drains. So I guess having a better way of using a better way of doing that. Also, we talked about compost. So we can use, and I have a garden at my house, so using compost, so maybe collecting stuff from my neighbors. So basically just telling my neighbors and giving them new ideas. Maybe that's a way I can help.
Yeah, maybe I'll be interested in painting more, because before this, I didn't really paint a lot. And I never really thought of painting as a thing.
Yeah, I think one of the specific things that I heard comments about was about like the geese droppings in Roger Williams Park, and then not knowing why it was necessarily bad to have like the geese there, and them just realizing, you know, how it affects the environment there. So.
Don't feed the ducks. Something I'll admit to, but don't find me. But like when I was little, I'd be like, oh, look, ducks. Let me just feed some bread or something like that.
I did see these people at a park, and they were feeding the ducks, and I remember in the presentation, you're not supposed to feed the ducks because they poop, and the poop is not good for the water because it has too much nutrients. So I did see some people, and I told them that, you know, there was a sign, but I told them that maybe they shouldn't, and I did explain to them that they shouldn't do this. They did stop, which was great. So
I actually didn't know that the storm drains were different than like plumbing, which maybe I'm kind of old to not know that. But yeah, that was something that I didn't really know before.
Yeah, me and my mom are really aware of how much trash is around, and we try to like every year try to like get like our neighborhood to walk around and pick up the trash around our neighborhood, because we don't get street cleaning over there. So I also was thinking about maybe like getting a petition to sign, and we can send it to the mayor and see if he can try to get more street cleaning around the streets in the neighborhoods.
Maybe in our own homes, having like rain barrels and reusing that for gardens.
I'll probably tell my family, friends, and community to recycle and throw away their stuff and not just leave it out in the streets.
So I think it's important to just spread knowledge about this, and now that the students know it, like informing people that are younger, they can continue to spread it throughout their lives, and also by doing this, their image is informing the entire school. Like people walk by, it's in a popular place. They are getting involved in their own communities at a really young age. So.
I can tell my family and friends about it, and I can stop like littering and maybe help pick up trash on the streets so that stuff doesn't go into the storm drains.
And these kids, like, they'll know this for the rest of their lives. Who knows, when they're in like 5-10 years, they could still be like, oh, I want to do a mural project with my kid and the kids at their school. So just continuing it in that way.
Only rain down the storm drain.